Did you see that the Yankee manager? He's now getting a little famous now.
What's his name?
Aaron Boone.
Oh,
So he got into an argument with an umpire, and he was mic'd. And he made this statement that's kind of like it's going to be on T-shirts. We should make a T-shirt.
Okay.
And the statement is "Savages in the box."
Ooh.
Okay, he was arguing balls and strikes. In baseball, you're not supposed to argue balls and strikes. It gets you automatically ejected.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can't argue balls and strikes. So he argues balls and strikes with the guy. The umpire throws him out. And Aaron Boone comes up and argues, and he's mic'd. And so you hear him. And he says, listen, my guys are fucking savages in that box. They're fucking savages in that box, and you're ruining this goddamn game with these shitty fucking calls. Tighten this shit up. Next day, savages in the box.
Headline.
It's going to be attributed to the next day. We are savages in the box. This to me was like it was like the ascension of hip hop because like hip hop, like we came in, we like saw the introduction of hip hop. Hip hop sort of like had its thing, but then like this offshoot came, like sort of like the layer was set as to like what hip hop was, and so now you had these people like shooting off and like doing little offset things, and so like Tribe Called Quest was doing their thing,
right?
You know, Jungle Brothers was doing their thing, you know, other people like all of a sudden they became these like derivations of hip hop, and it was like, and it was like great, it was great, like one after the other, it's just like like and nothing was the same, nothing was
right. That's the key. Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same.
And
everything was dope.
The content is so important that the content was. I don't hear myself, but
no, you don't hear yourself.
No,
I can hear the hum a little bit.
But the content was amazing. Like the fact that there was so much content other than like what he's talking about. He's not talking about drugs.
Right.
He's not talking about beating a woman.
Right. Right.
He's not talking about massage, you know.
Right.
And he's not talking about screwing the man.
Right.
It's just you get with this, you get with
right.
that. Like you do this, I do that. Tribe Called Quest was the same exact way. De La, and even if they did have some anti-establishment kind of content, they were like it was buried in, you know.
It was buried in lingo.
Rising.
It was,
yeah.
It was buried in lingo. It was buried in it was a little coding, little slang. Yeah. Right.
I like that. I like that a lot. Google, please stop. Hey, Google.
Thank you, Google.
Get with this and stop.
Keep those dope lyrics. Keep those dope beats. It's so dope.
I don't know what you're saying. Although you could say, hey Google, play Two Bros Podcast.
Okay, Two Bros Podcast. I'll pick up where you left off.
Woo! And you will hear.
It's not ours. Hey Google.
God damn it, Google.
You fucked up. That's not Two Bros Podcast. That's.
My apologies. I don't understand.
Yeah. All right, stop.
We'll teach you later, Google.
We'll teach you later.
Google,
hey, Google, stop.
Now we can't get...
Hey, Google, stop.
Knock it off.
We need to fix this. Big time.
We might have to edit this shit. This game pops somebody else's shit.
No, there is another Two Bros. And
there's a couple of them. Like Two Bros.
Two Brothers,
Two Bros in a Wall or some shit like that.
Two Bros in a fucking beer or something like that.
Yeah.
But we're the original Two Bros. Because we're really
it's all
two
love.
bros.
We can all be bros.
We can all be bros.
Maybe we can all get together and have like 9 bros in a room.
9 bros in a room.
2 bros 4 times and 1 dude holding the camera.
And 1 truck stop hooker.
Ooh, just 1?
Just 1.
Ooh.
You don't need more than 1.
And if I'm not at least 3rd, I'm not participating.
Who wants sloppy 4th?
That's right.
Yeah, no one ever rushes to be 4th. Like,
right.
Ooh, can I be 4th? I want to be in the top 3.
It's like that dude who, I forget who it was. Who was that? It may have been Bill Burr. Had that bit who said, you know what? It would just suck to be in the Olympics and just come in last.
Right.
You didn't even have to train to be last.
Right. Right, you could just show up. And
You
be
can just
last.
show up and be last.
It's a good point. Very good point. So good afternoon, young man.
Hey, what's happening?
How art thou?
Oh, fine. That's a smart omelet that you had.
Yeah, really good. I'm quite impressed. But I'm more impressed that it's Two Bros Podcast, episode 70.
Tell me.
Dot.
7-0.
70. 70, you fuckers.
I was about to say 71.
No, 70.
7-0, yeah.
Because last week was the...
No, 69.
69.
69. I jumped ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Jumped ahead.
Yeah, 70. Pretty fucking fantastic.
70. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Still going.
A lot of content, a lot of stuff. And feel free, you can go backwards and start from number 1
Absolutely.
and go all the way up to where we are now. If you just want to hear two bros joshing around and talking shit.
Two Bros, the evolution of Two Bros.
Yeah. And I
Bros.
must say that the content, when you go back to 1 and then you go back and there's some really cool episodes in between.
Yeah.
We've had some fun.
Yeah.
By no means is 70 any milestone other than a round number. I mean,
Yeah. 7-0.
7-0.
Maybe we'll make a shirt.
The God Hour.
70.
7
Should be
sign.
like 50. 50. This year's a big 50 year. Like a lot of 50 years, because like 50 year, like the moon landing this year.
Is it?
Yeah, 59, 60, 69.
The moon
to
video,
now.
you mean?
The moon. Okay, yeah. See, that's
I'm fucking with you.
like the moon landing. The what? A bunch of other shit like in sports. Like it was a year.
WNBA? No, 50? No,
No.
That's 25.
That's 25.
25. Okay.
This year in sports, New York beat Baltimore in all major sports.
Mm.
The Knicks beat the Baltimore Bullets.
Wow.
The Mets beat the Baltimore Orioles.
This is good. You know this.
Yep. And I think somebody. There was another thing that happened. There was another. Oh, the Jets beat the Colts. That was the prediction game. That was the when Joe Namath predicted. Yeah, that's what
in
he
his
predicted.
mink or something.
And he was like one of the first playboys.
Yeah, he's a dapper motherfucker.
Yeah. But he's got a book out that I want to read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got an autobiography out. It took him a while.
Wow.
That's one of those, like, I'd like to read that. And he's probably one of those dudes that when you read it, you're like, wow, dude, you ain't dead.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Like the Ric Flair.
Like Ric Flair one.
Ric
Like, dude, you ain't dead yet.
Yeah, Ric Flair's thing was quite fantastic. I mean, it was like, wow, what
Right.
the fuck? That means sex, drugs, rock and roll. Like, really?
No
like,
kidding, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you really hit it off. So a lot of 50s.
Yeah.
That's good. That's amazing because it's amazing that there's still a lot of firsts. Like, things happening for the first time. Like, first time African American was selected for something or whatever.
Right.
Is it when are we going to be done? Like when?
When are we gonna finish?
Yeah, I mean, when are we going to stop counting the first time there's something happened for someone or a group or people, and just say people? You know what I'm saying?
As long as you as long as you segment it, you'll always do that.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, yeah, they're great accomplishments, but then it begs the question that you say. So when are we gonna stop? When are we gonna stop creating the smaller window
Subs
for you to fit in, and just
yeah.
acknowledge the achievement,
Yeah.
as to what it is, and so I don't know.
Yeah, because you see these. I mean, a lot going on in the news. It's I think the 5th anniversary of Eric Garner's.
That's right.
passing.
They did not indict the officer.
They did not indict him.
Right.
They chose not to indict him on federal charges, which I think prevents them from doing a wrongful death suit or something like that. Somehow in.
I don't know.
I'm no legal beagle. Yeah.
I don't know what the law is. I think they can. I think they can. I think the
can
family
sue?
can
Okay.
sue, but him. They can't sue the department.
Yeah.
They can sue a specific individual.
Yeah.
But they can't. I don't think they can sue the department.
But it amazes me that these people maintain obviously their and then again, if you're on the other side of it, you don't think it's you go, whoa, thank God, our guy got he didn't get paid for this one. But if you're on the family side, it's so terrible to hear that this guy's going to get a pension. He's going to be taken care of
Yeah.
by the organization.
Yeah.
He's gonna, he's remained, his integrity's intact,
Yeah.
and he can go be a school teacher or something. He can pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
he
got
made
through
it.
and it's when you think of like a dude selling Lucy's
Yeah.
ends up dying that day.
It's
That just sounds horrible.
Horrible.
And when you look at the video, when you say, okay, well, he was resisting. So you're like,
Yeah.
was he really? I mean, it's like I want to believe cops.
Yeah. True.
I want to. But then there's sometimes that you come across this shit and it says, wait a minute, wasn't there another way for you guys to handle this?
Right.
The dude was selling Lucy's. I can see if the dude had a gun and if the dude was shooting up people,
Right.
Maybe
And a
then
standoff,
you can
and it was
then
right.
you can justify a certain level of violence.
Yeah.
But a dude selling Lucy's. Come on, dude. This dude offered me a Lucy Friday, when I was at the Hempstead train station. So this.
Well, I equate it to sports, and I think we talked about this last time about having Ron, a young 25-year-old driving a nice car, hat backwards, playing his music. At any moment he could be the victim of that scenario.
Yeah.
Where it's unfortunate, but you must maintain your composure.
You have to.
You don't get a second chance. That's the problem. And
Right.
once the police are activated, it's like sports. We equate a lot of things to sports here. The referee's not going to change the call.
Yeah.
He's just not.
Yeah, yeah.
He's on camera. He's taped. Everybody saw it, and he now has to. His new job is to word why he made the call.
Right.
Well, I saw his foot, and he looked like he had a gun. That's what I'm saying. These guys are not going to change the call, especially around their peers.
Right.
When they're with their other officer or commanding officer or even a partner.
Right.
It's like
Everything's got to be justified.
Everything's got to be
Gotta be
justified, and a little ego may kick in. I would
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
Because once you get hocked up and you're like riled up. I mean, when an altercation starts, you can't go backwards.
You can't.
You just got to get through.
You always
this.
go forward.
This has to be over
Because the reason why it started
Right.
is all of a sudden, gone.
Right.
It's
Forget
gone.
It. Yeah,
So
forget it.
all of a sudden, in that scenario you just created, Ron gets pulled over, blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden he says, "Fuck that! I ain't getting out of this car."
Right.
Well, now
That's a new story.
Now that's a new whole.
That's a
thing.
whole new thing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a whole different.
Yeah, you
set of
just
stuff.
changed the stream of the paradox, and unfortunately, it doesn't end well for
No,
the
it
person
doesn't.
on the opposite side of
It does,
authority.
and you could be,
Yep.
and you could be right all day, but like the cop said, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
This is true.
You could be right all day,
This is
but
very true.
sometimes being right doesn't get you in the right spot. I just hate the defense of bad cops.
Yeah.
That's the thing that pisses me off more than anything
Right.
else is when you have bad cops
Yeah.
who you see do bad shit and they get protected by other cops.
Huh.
I'm just wondering what happens in those stations where this guy is the reason why we get a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of this guy.
Right.
And then some of that shit will dissipate. And there have been across the country. There have been cases in which cops have gone to jail.
Yes.
For shit.
Yes.
It does happen. It doesn't get as much pub as
Right.
as I'd like to see it get, but it does happen. But I think the thing that bothers me the most is when bad cops get protected by other cops.
Yeah, this blue ceiling as they call
Yeah.
it, or the blue
Yeah.
code or whatever.
It's the
it
tightest
is.
gang in the fucking world,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's the tightest
It is.
gang.
It is. Especially, NYPD. Obviously, I don't know any other county. Other than Nassau County cops, and what I don't get is that. Let's say like a janitor, right? Let's say a janitor. He's doing his job, right? Going above and beyond your job, like you don't get extra credit for tackling a student that
Right.
brought a knife or
Right.
whatever else. So my comment is hey, this happens. I don't want to cause anybody, but to go that far, like, do you think that you're going to be honored when you choke this guy out?
Yeah.
Like, what goes
Yeah.
in your head? Do you go, oh man, I couldn't wait. I was so happy to jump in, and I'm the guy that choked this guy
Yeah.
out, and like having a death on your record. Even what's this guy, the coach from Syracuse, Jim Boeheim,
Oh yeah.
killed
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
that's
That's a horrible.
you
thing
gotta
to deal
carry
with.
this thing with
You
you,
gotta carry that for the rest
every
of your
day.
life.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you wake up and go, oh,
Yeah.
know what you
That's-
did,
that's-
motherfucker.
that's hard
That's
shit to deal
hard.
with.
That's hard time, man.
That's hard.
And I can't imagine somebody sitting there going, like it had to be done, or this was the only way,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. So, condolences to the Garner family. His
Right.
daughter also died. Is that correct?
I have no
The
idea.
daughter passed away.
Did she really?
Yes.
Oh.
Died of a heart attack at 28.
Oh.
At 28, because she was so much stress over this trial.
Over this trial?
Over the mess.
Was this recently? Was this like
She
over
died-
the last week?
No, she died over the winter.
Oh man.
She died over the winter, I think. Very, very heartbreaking
It's hard
story.
when you hear about young people dying.
Yeah. It's been one of those summers where people have just been dropping like
Yeah,
flies.
man. My Miles' godfather, Clyde. He sat at pretty much at the bed of a former student of his
Uh-huh.
that died at 28.
It's the same thing,
The guy
yeah.
died of he had complications of heat stroke.
Mm.
He was in the military and he was doing a 5-mile run and collapsed.
Mm.
And it turned out to be heat stroke, and then he was never able to recover and ended up passing away. 28 years old, and it's
Oh man.
28. Like golly, 20. I was a stupid motherfucker at 28. Like life was not like the concept of like what your life could be was
Yeah.
not even there at 28.
this is true.
You know. So
Oh,
sad.
yeah. I mean, 28. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
The fuck, you had no idea, but it's sad. I mean, we're losing people to. I think you said this last podcast was we could all eat less.
Yeah, if we take care of ourselves a little bit better. We
you
could
know,
all eat a little bit
sleep
less.
a little
We could
more,
all exercise
and do
more.
a little bit more exercise.
Yeah. I mean, we got to at least take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows that external forces might be there to hurt you. You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in the world of where bad things can happen
Mm-hmm.
fast. You don't want to fall to the demise of yourself, like
Right. You
yourself
don't want to
to a
be
fucking
you don't want to be the
death
cause of your
right,
of your
which
own
is
shit.
horrible in
Right.
itself. But man, what a crazy time. I mean, lots going on. How about the heat wave? Have you been surviving the heat wave?
Been surviving it. It's hot as a fucking preacher's fucking drawers, man. It's just it's like you go out, you walk out, and you debate. Do you really want to be outside?
This is true.
Like I walked like yesterday. I think I was in all day yesterday. I don't think I left the house at
Really?
all. I think I walked outside, took Miles for a walk in the morning, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I think I stayed in. I was like,
Yeah, I did the same thing. I
whatever.
watched a bunch of movies.
And just-
AC on, what a heat wave. Stay hydrated, folks. Make sure you have fluids, and look at cooling centers. Well, yesterday we hung out at my buddy Mac's pool, which was like he sent out a text and was like, for the next 4 days, 24 hours, like, and come to the pool. Don't ask, just come.
just come to the pool.
Just come, chill the fuck out, and bring food and beer and
Yeah.
and shit, Just
Replenish.
Keep the shit
Replenish
going.
the stack.
I hate you motherfuckers that show up to places with empty-handed.
That is that's
Unethical.
You were just not taught.
You
were just not taught well.
you're just a piece of shit.
You just
There's nothing else to talk about.
so,
You're a doo-doo.
something. Even a hero sandwich that you can cut.
If you
and
go to
like-
bring one beer, bring something and say, bring something you have left over, a half a bottle,
Right.
anything,
right,
a bag of chips,
right.
anything. You must bring something.
must
When
donate.
you come to someone's fucking house. Don't get there and go, hey, what do we need? And then you go back to the store.
Yeah.
That's you piece of shit. Anybody you fucking guys that try to wait. I know what people do. They go, oh, what time you getting there? They want to walk in with you because you bring shit.
Because you got shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just sitting
And they
there,
come to,
hey,
yo, you need help
Want me to
carrying
have you
it?
carry that?
Right.
You got two
Fuck
6
you,
packs.
man.
Let me carry one of
Let me
those
carry
for you.
one of those, man. You piece of shit. I'm not naming any fucking names. You know who you are.
You know who you are,
You know
goddammit.
who you are, goddammit. That's the most disrespectful thing. You come to
Bet you
someone's
didn't
house.
fucking text him right now.
Huh?
No, okay.
Oh, you man.
And now my thing just came off, so I was like, oh, maybe somebody's saying, oh, listen, I was going to bring
I was
something.
gonna
but
bring something, but no, man. It's It is so unethical. You're not about this life if you can't go to someone's house and party and do something. Bring something, a cupcake.
Something.
Hey, I thought
Music.
Music. Bring something. Bring something to the fucking
A
party.
cupcake.
A cupcake, yeah. And
Hey,
eat it
ho,
in
ho.
front of everybody. Like,
We do when I was in when I lived in Washington.
uh-huh.
There was this dude who I worked with who was really cheap. To the point of
Can't stand shit.
And there's the difference between being frugal and being cheap. You can be cost efficient,
Yeah.
but not be cheap.
That'd be cheap.
And so this is a dude when we would have like a party at the store. The store was closed. We'd say, hey, let's have a party. We'll all get a party. Everybody bring something else,
Right.
whatever. This dude would buy like 2 or 3 packs of, you remember Yodels?
Oh, fuck.
He would get 2 or
Single
3
serve,
of those, cut them,
Oh, fuck.
and put toothpicks in all of them as sweet hors d'oeuvres. And I'm like, I can't remember this guy's name. I think it
Well,
was
that's
Tony.
not bad if you make it enough, like a party platter, like that's your thing. Like you make, like, there's no difference in that to me making a can of tuna fish, and mixing it up and putting it in a platter and put crackers in it, It's not. It's not.
I
You
don't
think?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm-
That just seems like beyond frugal.
I'm
A can of tuna, you got to prepare.
Yeah, you got to prepare. Okay.
You got to prepare a can
Alright, but
of
he
tuna.
got the toothpicks, and I give him a little credit. No? Did he put it on a nice tray?
No, it was on
Okay,
a
well,
piece of
that's
styrofoam
no,
plate.
No. If you don't prepare it and make it look nice and do the,
Yes, no, like I said, there's a difference between being frugal
Yes.
and cheap. Frugal is like, yes, you decor it up,
Yeah.
and maybe a pretty plate or a pretty platter or something
Yeah.
like that, or stack them or some shit like that. No,
Oh man,
No,
that's
it's
fuck.
different between frugal and being cheap.
Yeah, I don't like that. Well, shout out to him and fucking.
hey, look, he
Yodels
made
is-
it. Hopefully, he
Yeah.
saved some money.
Boy, we come a long way from snacks. Remember, growing up, there were tons of snacks, like you said, Yodel. What was the other? The pies. The fucking. Remember the vanilla pudding pie?
Vanilla pudding pie,
Pie. It was a chocolate fucking.
like the marshmallow ones.
No. It had pudding inside it. Pudding pie. You don't remember that? Like a Drake pie, or
like they were like cherry pie and
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
there was lemon.
There was lemon.
What brand was that? That was
There was
I remember-
Hostess.
Hostess.
and Drake were the two.
Okay.
Drake's would come in the two squares.
Sticks. Okay. Yeah.
The 2 squares.
Yeah, I didn't
and,
like those.
and the Hostess ones were the ones that came in like the
Looked like an
It
empanada.
looked like an empanada, right?
Yeah, which
Right.
was fucking amazing.
Cherry.
Probably a bunch of fucking carbs and
Cherry.
and,
oh
and-
yeah,
and
that's
preservatives.
that's cancer and diabetes right there.
Sure it was. That flaky, crusty glaze.
But it was delicious.
It was so good.
It was there was blueberry, there
Blueberry.
was lemon, there was apple, there was cherry.
Cherry.
I think they had a chocolate one too.
Yes, and then I remember they came out with a pudding,
With
chocolate
the
pudding.
pudding one. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember I used to get those and put them on ice cream.
Amazing.
It was just
It's fucking
yeah.
great.
Put them in the oven a little bit, and then when the microwave first came out, you would stick them in the microwave. This is whatever. I remember you trying to make an egg in a microwave,
And it popped.
it popped.
You remember that?
I
didn't know you were there for that.
I just hear. Boom.
The thing was, I sat and watched it, and I was like, okay. Poof! And the door blew open and everything. I was like, whoa, what?
I think microwaves now you can actually put aluminum in them.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, some of them have this convection versus
It's like a
dual purpose.
right. It's like a
Yeah.
dual purpose one
Yeah.
and whatnot. But imagine, I just like think of the things that
Science.
like
of it.
came like were birthed
Because of the microwave.
at the time we've grown.
Yeah.
Like from the time we could acknowledge
70s.
shit to now,
70s.
the shit that like were introduced and is all now almost like passe. Like the microwave was like a big deal when we were kids. Now it's almost like I mean you don't even think about it.
It's a
Like
household-
everybody has a microwave.
it's a household-
You know, it's not even a
I'll tell
question
you
like whether
this,
you have a microwave.
Our microwave went kaput, right?
Mhm.
Last week. Or the week before. So it came up with a code and it said H98 whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and we're googling this shit trying to figure out what the code is, and it said that the magnetron is likely to have failed. this might as well be a flux capacitor.
What's the capacitor?
Right. 18 gigawatts. 18 gazillion gigawatts. So I'm like, all right, we'll get a new one. Order. Be in 5 days. 5 days? They went fucking nuts upstairs. Oh.
How am I gonna heat up my coffee?
They kept putting it back into my. Maybe it'll work now. Maybe it. Hey, it's not working, man. It's gone. It's coming. The new one's coming. Don't worry. Fret not. It will be here.
Fret not.
It was like pandemonium. It was while my uncle was here, and he was like, "Guys, we've existed before. There was a microwave.
Lord knows we
and,
have.
and we have a convection oven. We have all that shit upstairs." But they went fucking nuts. Oh, I gotta heat up the. And Lord forgive you have to put it in a tin.
Yeah.
And put it in the convection oven and set it.
And wait a little bit
Wait a
longer.
little.
You know.
It tastes so much better.
Usually does, yeah.
Yeah, it does. But oh my god, it was pandemonium. And then when a new one came, they were like, "They don't have the buttons are different." I was, okay, it's a fucking one,
Wow.
two. It's just like you said. At some point, you evolve to the point where. Now, if you watch the Jetsons back then, this was, you push your button, the food comes up, and oh wow, it's
So what do you want? Steak?
Order
Yeah.
a steak. This is now. The DoorDash, the phone, the.
There's a lot of people who believe that I don't know if you know of a guy named Graham Hancock.
No.
He's an archaeologist.
What a fucking name.
He's an archaeologist. He wrote a great book called that I think you would like, called Fingerprints of the Gods.
Okay.
And he has another book out called, I think, America Undiscovered or something like that. But he's basically into researching ancient civilizations and how.
Oh.
Yes. And one of the things that he says, or one of the things that he hypothesizes, is that our connection to advanced levels of technology was much greater then, simply because we had to do it. So it begs the question, like, how'd you build the pyramids?
Yeah.
These are 70-ton rocks.
Right.
How the fuck are they carrying 70-ton rocks? Even today, when you try to mimic what they had, you can't do it. So how do you do it? How did you do it? How'd you get it done? And so what he hypothesizes was that because we didn't have forms of technology doing stuff for us, because we didn't have the automobiles and all that other stuff, we were more in tune to what we needed to do to get this type of stuff done.
Necessity.
So it was a part of us.
Okay.
It wasn't a secret.
Okay.
You know, as time goes on and as you get more advanced, so to speak, you tend to lose some of that stuff. The perfect example is the fucking microwave.
Yeah.
Microwave's gone all of a sudden. Well, how in the hell do I eat hot food?
Right.
You totally forget that, hey, 30 years ago, you didn't have a damn microwave.
Interesting. Yeah, it's true because the more you, what they call atrophy.
Atrophy.
Yeah, this is true. This is you
It just stops working.
For myself, I grew up drawing. Right, I grew up doing graffiti and drawing, and had my black book, and remember Sammy, and I was fascinated by this guy.
Yeah.
Him, and he introduced me to Al Monday, which became crack. And doing time in prison now as we, and that's the movie Belly's about him.
Oh, it's specifically about him?
Specifically.
Oh,
that is
okay.
Al Monday's story, yes. Him and Lenworth Edwards. Lenny, that went
Lenny.
to school with me, yeah. Nas plays Lenny.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That makes perfect fucking sense.
It's their story.
Okay.
Directed by Hype Williams, of course. And a lot of people, Queens, that's their fucking story. Which would be interesting when he comes home, or if he ever gets out, and hope he does. That'd be great for him to tell his story. Yeah,
right.
Tell it the way he wanted to hear
Right.
it. And dispel any myth that was, But I say this to say, what was I saying?
I don't know.
I went off the rail. Where we go backwards.
Atrophy.
Atrophy. I used to draw,
Mm-hmm.
and when the computer age came out, and I started doing Photoshop and all the other stuff, I can't draw like I used to because I don't practice it enough. So now, even with these, my Surface with the pen, it's not the same. Although it does have a nice feel and hand to it. Like some people who write, like to really write. They like paper.
To put it down.
They like paper and pen, as opposed to typing. I have drawing atrophy. Like I
Yeah.
can't. I don't feel it the same way I used to. It doesn't flow. It doesn't come. And part of that could be my own growth. Like
Yeah.
I'm different. You
Yeah.
know, the Holden Caulfield theory is I'm different than I
Right.
was 15 years ago. You know, and I don't have the same hunger or
You have
desire.
the same hunger, the same desire,
Right.
that same that thing that like that connection between your brain
Yeah.
and your eyes and your hands.
Yeah.
And when you see one thing and it triggers something else and it tells your brain, "Ooh, what about this?" And
Yeah.
then you know, yeah, all that. Yeah, if you don't
Oh.
do it, it goes away.
He did the pyramid code. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
okay. Then I know who
Yeah.
this is. Graham Hancock.
Yeah.
I never knew the name of the guy, but he's
No,
a
excellent book.
British guy.
Excellent book. Excellent.
Writer.
Basically, he's saying that civilizations are a lot older than what we are saying.
What we've counted.
What
for.
we've counted for.
Yeah, I believe
that
that.
they're a lot older. Like, you know, when he talks about Egypt and the pyramids, he says no, these things are a lot older. Like maybe like 30, 40,000 years older than what we initially anticipated.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Initially
somebody
anticipated
going.
them to be. You know, and apparently there's evidence that like the big deserts, like the Sahara Desert and the
Yeah.
Gobi Desert, were actually
Cities.
thriving cities with vegetation on them and stuff like that.
Huh.
That the Amazon was like a thriving communities, and he says not just like a few people. He said it looks like there's evidence that there could have been like hundreds of thousands of people living
Yeah.
there, and that the vegetation that there's there now was actually like a planned event.
Huh.
Because he says that there's no reason why this crop would be next to this crop. There's nothing naturally happening that would make this do that. That had to have been put there.
Yeah.
Somebody said, let's put this there.
A society, a
Right.
civilization,
Right.
For the basis of need and
Right.
necessity. And it is very, you think about obviously a dinosaur. Some of the biggest dinosaurs were vegetarians.
Mm-hmm.
That the ground and soil from 100,000 years. I would love to eat an apple from 100,000 years.
Yeah.
That's probably so packed with nutrients.
Mhm.
It's probably a ton of fucking organic. It's like a little universe
Yeah.
explosion in your mouth. So imagine a dinosaur just eating that, or gorillas and herbivores and they don't dine on fucking gazelles and fucking
All the time, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like a treatment. They get really hungry, but then they're sitting there watching them. Man, we can get one of these. motherfuckers. One of
You
them.
her
One of them. This is the slow, stupid one.
slow.
There's always. Do you ever see a bunch of animals, and then you can definitely see the dumb one,
Yeah.
like the one like everybody's like when you see those chicks crossing the street.
Yep.
They're all crossing the street, but there's always one taking his sweet ass time. There's always
Yeah.
one, and you say to yourself, you know what? This is the fucker that gets eaten.
He's
This
getting
is the
eaten.
one that
Yeah, he's going down.
This is the one that the wolf comes over and goes, "Ah!" And that's it. Now everybody else looks back and goes, "Oh, I told that motherfucker to hurry up."
But the term deer in headlights is true. Like the one
yeah, they stopped.
the one that goes, "Hey, what's going on? Where you guys running to?" Oh, he's eating. Get his ass. Get his ass. Wow, it is crazy. So in politics, these four women making a lot of headlines.
the
Yeah, AOC.
the crazy
and-
ones, the
What are you crazy?
Ilhan Omar
Yeah.
and yeah,
Well, why you call them crazy? I'm curious.
because I think because there's a couple of them that I think are legit. What's the word I'm
culture
looking for?
vultures, just
Okay,
shock
maybe
value,
maybe a culture, maybe culture vulture, but
like,
just
attention seekers.
just don't like America.
Ooh,
Want to see America fall.
oh, this is.
And I think they are sort of planting the seeds into saying, like, not. There's a difference between saying we can be better at something
Yep.
and then saying that, well, this is who we are.
Yeah.
There's a difference between saying we can do something better,
Mm-hmm.
which I think a lot of people would agree.
Yeah.
We can do something better.
Oh,
And there's
always do that.
another group that says, well, because of who we are, this is this is what needs to stop, and we need to change the whole thing. The whole apple cart needs to be turned over so that we can get it.
But
and
no
I think,
solution. No solution.
No solution, no. No solution.
So I have a problem with people that want change
Right.
but don't know what to change to.
Right.
So you don't like this, but you don't have
Right.
the answer to what it should be.
Right.
And your answer is only whatever it is going to be better than this, and that's not true.
Correct.
Because what you get is worse. It's
Usually,
tyranny.
yes.
It's tyranny. It's dictatorship. It's police state. It's fuck you. You guys can't control yourselves. Shut everything down.
Anytime you give the government more power, they fuck it up.
This is
And
true.
the more power you give them,
Yep.
the more control that they want, and it ends up. The examples are all around us, all over the fucking
100%,
world.
yeah.
You know, and we're not paying attention to it. And AOC, I think, is just one of these like very well-intentioned people who just doesn't know enough shit.
Yeah, I think she's at the point, like we said, with the you're on Front Street.
Mm-hmm.
You made the call. You can't take it back, and you have to stick with it.
Yes.
And she's gonna stick with it until it goes, all the way.
It's or at least acknowledge that she doesn't. There's a lot of things that she's not capable of articulating.
Yeah.
You know, she brings up some good points, but then she just goes down. Like for instance, she had a thing about facial technology, about face recognition technology, which we should all be fucking scared of now. Everybody else taking their goddamn pictures, doing this face apps. Oh, look how I look when I'm 79 and stuff like that. Never read the fine print that says, okay, we now own this and we can do whatever the fuck we want to do with this. And so
now we can use it.
right now we can use it
Right.
for you. Okay.
Right.
Now that in itself is an issue, but according to Miss Ocasio-Cortez, it's only an issue for ICE picking up illegal immigrants.
Right.
You know, using that as a device, and not seeing the total the big picture of the deep state, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, and sort of this surveillance state that we now have,
Yeah.
in which when you walk down the street, you know, you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? You
Yeah.
know, I mean, okay, you are not a criminal committing crimes
Right.
and stuff. So if they know who you are, is that okay? If the end result is, well, they catch this other guy who's been a serial rapist and they're able to catch him using face technology and stuff, are you willing to give away a certain amount of freedom and a certain amount of intrusion if it means that we can get more people like that? That's always the question that we have to ask ourselves.
Well,
is it worth it?
It's Mike Tyson's law of everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. You know?
Right.
And until it happens to you or your family members, and
Right.
you go, that's fucked up.
Right.
It's so wrong. It's so, it doesn't apply.
Right.
To me. And someone stop this. I want to get off the ride. You know, like too late.
Too late.
Yeah, you buckled in, buddy. It's going, and you're on the roller coaster. Like that person that gets to the tick, 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 tick. Hey, I want to get off.
Done.
You can't.
You're done.
You can't. Like, and what about the rest of us? Like, you agreed to get on the ride. You had every opportunity to say no, stick to my guns. Somebody talked you into it, whatever it is.
Yeah, but did we agree to get on the ride though?
That's the question.
Did we agree?
Did we
agree? Or was it presented to us? And like we've said this before, I'm pretty sure that if before getting this phone and before handing it, if they told you all of the shit that this phone was capable of doing, this phone was capable of doing all this tremendous stuff. But you know what? All the info you put in here, we're going to keep, and we're going to use it to give you subliminal marketing and stuff like that, and maybe follow you. And then when you pass this one store, all of a sudden you get a thing on your phone. Hey, would you like some new shoes and shit like that?
It happens
You
all the
know,
time.
if you were given the option to do that, I'm sure more people would opt out than actually blindly going ahead and doing it. Like if you knew explicitly what was going to happen, if you grabbed your cell phone, signed on Facebook, Instagram, did all this other stuff. If you knew explicitly what was going to happen, I'm sure a lot more people would opt out as opposed to opting in.
I don't know that. I don't believe that so much, because marketing and these things, these devices, or call it whatever, anything, they do a great job of creating culture that makes you the odd man out, so that you have to have this thing. So you listen to the old folks, right? The old grandparents that say, "I don't do this text and stuff," and all. Now you see more of them doing it and trying to because they can't. Oh, I can't see my grandbaby
At some
unless
point
I
you're
know
obsolete,
how to do this.
right?
So if it's either adjust and get with it, or you're not part of society and you're an old
You're left
hermit.
behind.
You're left, not so much left behind. I think you're just you're culturally ostracized. You're just put in a box of people that don't do technology. I hear the shit all day on Facebook or on Instagram. I don't do this shit. I don't know how this works. But you know, hi, you know, or whatever. I'm on it, you know. And you see people in the street, and a lot of my friends who think they're fucking gangsters, you know, and I don't know how to do it. None of this shit. They just use that as a cover to say, hey, I'm a street guy and I don't know how to operate all of this shit, but you know, I know it's part of the world,
part of it.
and somehow I got to get involved, you know. But
So is the answer then being more self-aware of who you are, being more self-aware, and that, you know, I'm not going to be affected by this, you know, these flash things that come and that are put in my face, and the notion of, you know, I'm not a man unless I drink this kind of whiskey, or or you know, I'm not you know, maybe I should spend an extra $50 on these fancy shoes as opposed to the ones I really want.
Well, it goes to, I think we started the podcast saying the exact same thing of these boxes of what we categorize people. When are we going to stop? Right? What do we say?
Right.
When does it end? When are we going to stop being the first to do this, the first to do that? As long as you have classifications that are now socially accepted, like the Renaissance man, right? The classic man. I'm a retro guy. I'm a, you know, those kind of nomenclatures that you have for different types of people.
The metrosexual and all that stuff like that. Right.
Each one of those comes with a bag of do's and don'ts. And they have rules to being metrosexual.
Okay.
I get my fucking nails done and my toes. Go fuck yourself. I'm still a badass dude. I work out in the gym.
Right.
You know, I'm a exercise guy. I'm a you know, I'm a drunk. I'm a fucking, you know, you have all these classifications that have a set of rules that, and like you said, you either opt out. You opt out to say, so I'm one, but society will say, oh, you're one of those.
It'll choose another
category for you. It will put you in a different box and go, yeah, he look me. He's one of those conspiracy guys, or he's a fucking gadget guy. Like they call me MacGyver all the time because I fucking rig shit together. I know how to put shit together. But that's my thing. That's because I like doing it, and I don't think it's a bad moniker. I don't call it bad, and you can call me whatever the fuck you want. But when you need your shit fixed, who you call?
You call
me, right? You call me. Oh, yo, how you know? And if you're willing to learn and adapt and adjust to all these new devices, and listen, make no mistake, they've all been weaponized. Everything from the fucking Bible to the Holy Grail, the scriptures, everything is weaponized. It is used to make you do more, to make you buy or control. The article itself is not bad. The phone is not bad. It's a great tool.
Phone's a tool.
Hammer's a hammer, right?
Right.
The minute you hit somebody over the head with it, bad hammer.
Bad hammer.
Bad hammer.
Right. And if you need to cut something, the hammer's the wrong thing
right.
to bring.
It's fucking razor blade. Awesome fucking invention. It cuts shit. It does. It scrapes off fucking plastic labels. Stickers. But in the hands of the old, in the hands of the wrong guy, this device would be tremendous.
I guess the thing that worries me so much is when in mass we give our ideas and opinions up to the they.
Yeah.
As opposed to asking what that truth is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And so sort of like almost a willingness to like believe everything that comes through with it. Because it's there, and
I saw it on Oprah. It must be true.
Well, yeah, and sort of like the unwillingness to say, well, wait a minute, if that's, you know, and maybe we don't know enough to. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where, just like we said earlier, maybe we've gotten to the point where we just don't know enough, so that when we do get all this information flooded with us, we can't compartmentalize it. We can't. So we either accept it as truth or we just ignore it.
Yeah. Popular census has a lot to do with that, and again, like we said, culture, the fact that everyone's doing it doesn't make it right,
right?
But it makes it the thing. It's the they. It's the everyone's doing this. Everyone's doing it. And in my house, we've had this huge debate over the Hallmark holidays of Valentine's Day,
Mother's Day,
Mother's Day, and all these other things. And we've raised our kids on the concept of just because everyone does it, tell me why you want to do it, you know. And the kids would tell us, I want to go to this party, you know, whatever. And this is when they were younger or whatever else. And everyone's going to, you know, Jason's party. And I got to be there. Why? Who's Jason? Who's his parents? Who's we don't get into all that. I don't know his mother. We just know Jason's having a party or whatever else. So we make them think about it. Why do I want it? And after they rattle through it, they go, I really don't need to be there. I just would like to go. Okay, now it's different.
That's a different
so now
statement.
the desire changed to this panic that I have to be there and stop asking me questions why I got to go, to now I'm starting to think about why I do. And then you list off, I really don't need to fucking be there. I got to buy a dress. I got to go do this. Fuck that party, you know.
Yeah.
So the impulse of the thing and being accepted and socially connected to whatever it is that the world is spinning, or the they is kicking out, which is totally ambiguous and anonymous. They just throw things
right, just spit it out.
Spit in the wind, and if you grab
spit
it
out, if it hits, it hits.
Like a movie. Think of a movie. It comes out. I mean, they spent millions of dollars. People sat in a room and thought about this, wrote it. This would be great. It hits the screen, and you go, what the
fuck is this?
Are you the stupid guy, or is the 20 people, 200 people that were involved in this project stupid? It's a matter of opinion and impulse. And you ever hear the term? Sound like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This happens.
Sounded good then, yeah. You're
sound good at the time, but some things just don't match up to. They don't have the sustainability. They don't have the staying power, and like their microwave. The microwave has sustained over time. People want to eat things fast. It's sped up life.
Yeah, things
like that. All the quick fixes. I don't have time for that. Let me just beep, and hook it up. And it some people will equate it to, well, you know what? I could sleep until this time.
Get another half hour.
Get another half an hour. Just throw my thing in the microwave. Beep, gone. I can go to work. I can go put it. They got a microwave at the office.
Right.
They got. So the microwave nation and generation is, like you said, it has hindered us from doing some other things. But I think it has. I guess how you look at it, it brought good things. It brought people more production. It brought people to get off their ass and.
Well, it gave you the opportunity to be more productive.
Okay, opportunity, yes.
You can be more productive.
Yes, true.
Because it's only going to take you 5 minutes to heat up your plate of food as opposed to 30 minutes. And you can save some money and do that. So it gives you opportunities to do that. You have to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Now, for some people, it just means that you just, put another video game in or something, or
more burritos.
More burritos, so I can make a bigger plate of food, or I can eat more, and
more frozen shit.
More frozen shit.
But yeah, so I mean, these ladies seem to at the forefront of all of the anti-Trump movement and
getting a lot. They're getting a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of like. I think there was this thing where they were like people were saying go back home or something like that, or go
and they're from here.
And they're from here.
Yeah.
Well, one of them's from here. AOC is from here. The other two are not.
Not born here? No, I think they're born here. Three of the four are born here.
Are they?
Yeah, born in America.
One was not.
One was not.
Okay. Yeah, and you can't. And how much do you attribute that to Trump? I mean, do you?
Well, they're responding to his comment. I mean, are they not?
No. That he never said that.
He didn't say go back where you came from?
I don't think so.
I think he did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He did say go back where you came from. That's what all the rave is about. That he said, we don't want to play the who he said, she said. You can go fucking Google it yourself and find it. But he did mention if they don't like America, they should go back to where they came from.
I don't think he was talking about them though, was he?
Yes, it was the four
talking about
girls. Those specific women.
All right. Well, but I do agree with the sentiment. I mean, if he said that was idiotic. It was stupid.
Well, stupid if you didn't know where they were from.
That's
number one.
Know they were from.
Right.
That's number one. That makes him stupid, and him, and it probably was on Twitter. So if it's on, he's somebody just needs to get rid of that thing. Just
get rid of Twitter itself.
Just eliminate it. Some happened with your account. It's gone.
Just get rid of it for everyone. Like It wouldn't be a bad thing if the world didn't have Twitter, right?
No, you're absolutely right.
If it just said, no, we don't do this anymore. It's gone. What is it?
Or if they didn't, like what you said, pretty much if Twitter just said, look, this is our platform, it's free, we do what the fuck we want.
Right.
So if we don't like your shit, we're gonna take your shit off.
Yeah.
But we like his stuff, so we're gonna let his stuff rock
Can
and
you
roll.
imagine him? I'm tweeting, but no one's seeing
No
my
one's saying,
tweets.
yeah, that's right. Because we took your shit off.
Took
Why?
your shit
Because
off.
we're Twitter and it's ours.
It's ours. It just goes nowhere.
So we don't have to.
Imagine that. No one sees it.
Somewhere out in the world,
It's
in
just-
cyberspace.
it's
What
just
if it like goes like somewhere and then some alien is able to like decode it, and then they are now under the impression like they get all the tweets that like just go out in the and nobody ever
That no-
sees,
Like the
and
sock
whatnot.
monster.
And then
The
it's
Twitter
right,
monster
exactly,
and the sock
like
monster
that.
live in the same
It
place.
has all the individual socks and stuff.
All the lost emails and all this.
All the lost emails. Did you get it? No, I didn't
where-
get
the
it.
where
Get
to
it?
go.
I sent it.
Yeah.
I sent it, although I didn't get it. It's
That
all
would
in
be
one spot.
that would be a nice show if you had these people.
That'd be a good episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Just like just all the shit that you lost.
I've never seen Stranger Things. Is it good?
No?
No.
I
Is it
saw
any
one
good?
episode. It's pretty good, yeah.
Okay. All right. They attribute it to a lot of the 80s. I see that. They say it's.
I
No?
didn't see
Okay, I
enough
never
of it
saw
to
I never saw it. I never saw it. I just know that fucking Verizon kid with the lisp is in it. And fucking kid.
We just like him because he got a fucked up thing.
Yeah.
We do that to a lot of people. We like Serena Williams has been making the cover of magazines,
Yeah.
and I will contest to this day that Serena Williams is one of the ugliest women I've ever seen in my life.
One of.
But she's popular. She's dominant in her sport. She's unapologetically sexy.
Yeah.
You know, she'll flaunt herself
Yeah.
regardlessly.
She's got a nice body.
You know,
she's got a,
they'll throw the makeup on and they'll throw the stuff on and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then all of a sudden she becomes a beautiful person. I don't think so. I think Serena Williams is one of the more gruesome characters. I think she's in there with Patrick Ewing and just not an attractive person.
I'm with you. I hear you.
You know?
I hear you. She's unattractive.
Right, unattractive, but
To you.
to me,
Yeah, to you. Right.
physically to me.
Yeah.
Like if you know, just play this in your head. Okay, just play this in your head. Okay. We go out to Rudy's,
Right.
have a few pitches,
Right.
have a few drinks. You know, you're a little buzzed.
Yeah.
You meet this young woman, talk, it's nice. Go back to her spot. Wake up in the morning, roll over, and it's Serena Williams.
It's the face of like
The face of Serena Williams.
It can't be the name because then
No, it ain't the name. It's the face of Serena Williams.
no,
You're upset with yourself.
not me. I think she's rather attractive.
Do you?
Yeah. I think she's rather attractive. And it may be the celebrityism. It may be the thing. See, that's the difference between, like, I know people that slept with Bismarck E. And, you know, I don't give a shit what you say. This motherfucker's a mongoloid. Like, he's
Gums are bigger than his teeth.
this guy, yeah, him. I know a girl that, you know, used to mess with Biggie back in the days. Horrible, you know. And she said it. She said this nigga's dick smelled like cottage cheese. Like,
Oh!
the fact that you know this is horrible. You know what I'm saying?
At least
She was like, he was a
pineapple cottage cheese?
fat, nasty motherfucker. Like, you know. But again, the celebrity part of it makes it exciting.
Makes it exciting.
Yeah,
Makes it acceptable.
I guess. I mean,
Makes it acceptable.
That makes
Okay.
it.
All right. I just think she's not an attractive woman, and I think we're sort of like it's pushed upon us that she is an attractive person because she's relatively outspoken
Yeah.
and you know like that kid with the lisp.
Yeah.
Who I'm supposed to say, oh my God, he's so talented. No, he's a
Right.
kid with a lisp.
Right.
He's a little goofy.
Right.
He stands out a little bit.
Right.
And so we make him out to be a little bit more than what he is.
Yeah. He got the curly fro. He's got
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
you know,
He's unique, and
Yeah. I'm happy you guys picked the guy with a speech impediment and now
Right.
give guys with lisps. And,
Virus. Yeah. How many more? How many?
Virus.
How many more are gonna get that job?
Right. And very few. Very few. You get lucky. That's a lucky fucking pick.
Yes. No, it's a lucky pick.
I mean, guys, hey, get your Fios and come inside and you know, we can fix your fucking computers and you can get your stuff going on. It's horrible. We're so fucking bad. We are so bad, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
Nah,
Who
nobody
as
gives
long
a
as they're
fuck.
celebrity.
Even if you've listened this long to the
70
53
episodes. I mean,
mark.
come on, you got to give us some.
No, but
slack
some
here
people
and there.
don't listen the whole show.
Oh, okay.
They listen the first few.
Okay.
They get in. They get and then they go, hey, what the fuck? Only when my wife has come and said, you guys are fucking nuts. Like, she listened to a whole episode, and she was like, you guys sure know how to make bullshit work. Like,
my wife told me the same thing. She listens. She listens, or actually watches on the YouTube channel, like when she's working. So she just clicks it on,
leave it on,
whatever. And then like 2 days later, she will say to me, says, you know, like the thing she said about like when you talked about the cruise, about how the captain didn't shake your hand.
Yeah.
She came up like 2 days later. She told me, she says, you know, senior level staff are mandated actually not to shake hands with other.
Well, thanks for fucking telling us, because I didn't know.
and it takes me a while. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Says, no, in the podcast, your brother said he was upset because the captain. I said, oh, okay.
Well, somebody should have notified me of that, because I wish I would have known.
And I didn't know that either.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Henceforth.
But apparently,
the situation.
like the captain is, because like for fear of like parasites, like if you're sick and the captain dies, then what else is gonna happen?
I got it. It makes total sense to me. But the word meet and greet should not be in there.
Should not be in there.
You come look at the captain
Or
in the fish box.
or the captain should say so.
Right.
Know?
Or
so, hi, I can't shake hands right now.
No,
or maybe it would offend you. You
a,
might have parasites. Sorry, I can't shake your hand.
No, but there was a point in between before you got to him that they prepped you and they said, hey, so we're gonna, this is the ship, this is the real thing. Don't touch any levers. They gave you instructions. That was the time to tell me.
To say.
And by the way, he does not shake hands.
He's not gonna shake your hands.
He needs to preserve. You know, he'll wave to you. He'll this and that. But just for the policy, that's the policy. That was the time.
Gotcha.
And I would have said, oh, get me off. You know, like I don't want to be part of this.
Who cares?
Fuck you, man. $25, $300.
Because I have
$3,000 bottle scotch.
I have these bacteria that I need to give to the captain.
Yeah, a vial of it. I've been holding it up my ass.
I'm trying to cause anarchy.
Yeah. Your father hid this watch up his ass.
Up his ass. He died of dysentery.
He died of dysentery. Oh my goodness. Anything interesting?
I read that I think by the end of the year, the Justice Department is setting free at like some 2,400 prisoners.
Whoa! Because
of they're changing the laws which require like mandatory minimums and stuff like that.
Okay.
And a lot of them have to do with like bullshit drug possession things.
Yeah.
You know, you got a half an ounce of weed on you, and this is your third offense, so we got to send you to jail for 8 years and shit like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is being reversed, believe it or not, by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And so I think by the end of the year, there are going to be like some 2,200 people that are going to be or I shouldn't say being released. Their federal charges are going to be dismissed. And so if that means that they get released, they ultimately
as a byproduct.
As a byproduct that they probably
a ton of other charges.
Yeah,
of assault
unfortunately,
and stuff.
you probably got other shit that they got to deal with.
Yeah,
but you know, but those federal charges will be expunged, and so that's an interesting, you know, and apparently. The president loves his celebrities.
Yeah.
He loves his celebrities.
Yep.
You know, because Kim Kardashian got, I think like some 18 people out of prison.
Yep.
Or something like that.
Working on getting A$AP Rocky out.
Right, exactly. Yep. Kanye is getting A$AP Rocky out. And so.
Have you seen the video of A$AP's, what he was accused of?
No.
It's wrong.
No. But he was wrong, or it was wrong that they.
It was wrong that he was in prison. For this.
Okay.
And his bodyguard and all this stuff. Unless there was two separate incidents. The video I saw, they said this is what got A$AP arrested, which he's on tape on Instagram Live telling the guys like, we don't want any problem with this guy. He keeps following us, and the kid threw his fucking headphones at the guy, at his bodyguard, because he didn't take a picture with them, and sort of, and he just kept following them, and he was like, yo, go that way, man. I'll knock the monkey shit out you. Stop, you know. And the kid was, what you mean, man? And he broke his headphones on the bodyguard, right? He threw his headphones off. And then he was like, you broke my headphones, man. And he was like, you fuck. And the bodyguard was scratched. And it was like, you playing with us? Like, what the fuck is going on? No, come on, man. What you mean? Where's my headphones? I need a new pair now. Yeah. You threw them at him.
So it's bullshit.
It's a bullshit.
It's
bullshit. Super trumped up. But, you know,
when you
travel,
Sweden,
when you travel abroad, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You must know a little.
You have to, yeah. You gotta.
The I'm American doesn't work anymore. You
No.
know, that used to be a big thing. I'm fucking American, motherfuckers. What do you?
Actually, no, I don't think it ever did.
I think we thought it did.
We
guys.
thought it
Yeah,
did.
We thought it meant
But
everything.
it doesn't.
I'm American. This can't happen to me.
This guy, lead singer of Foo Fighters, dude named Dave Grohl, got arrested one night. He was I think he was on a bicycle, or on a scooter, and he was drunk. He was going back to his hotel, and there was a checkpoint. He passed the checkpoint, and then the officer said, "Dude, I gotta send you to jail." And,
What?
and Dave Grohl was like, "Man, my hotel is right there.
Right.
Can I just go to my hotel?" And the guy was like, "No."
No.
He had to send him to jail. So he sat in jail for a night.
Wow.
I think it was in Germany or somewhere like that.
Yeah, this is the thing, man. You know, it's great to travel. It's good to see the world, and you know, it's always great to see other cultures. You know, I've had some great opportunities to travel. You've traveled. You know, we've traveled, very well traveled, and it's when you the different laws. I mean,
Yeah, different
just
laws. You don't run shit.
right.
You don't.
Your fucking thing is nothing, you know,
Yeah.
to these people, and they're not impressed with the, you know, American lifestyle.
Yeah.
And let alone, most of them now, like people who travel in the Trump era, they wanna ask you, they wanna say, is this guy really in charge? Like, is he really right? Oh, you guys listen, you like him? Well, why'd you vote for him? I didn't, motherfucker. Like, you know, some people are like, we didn't have a choice, and they go, wow, sounds like our country. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have a choice. They picked the new dictator for you, and that's who you're running with. And it's like, yo, if you guys don't fucking be careful, you're gonna have him again. Because I can't see
No, Trump's winning again.
Trump's not winning again.
No, Trump's winning again.
Oh, 100% he's gonna win
Trump
again.
2020.
There's no.
You look at these morons
There's,
that are just.
they're
You just.
fumbling.
You just now you're fighting each other.
Right.
It was like, go ahead. He doesn't. If Donald Trump just shuts his mouth, that's all he has to do.
He'll
Just
win.
show up on next election night.
Yeah.
He'll
Nice
be
suit.
president.
I changed my suit
That's it. That's all he's got to do.
and walk away.
He got to do if he wants to be president.
100%.
If he wants to be president.
100%.
Now if he wants attention,
Right.
if he would have liked to say, yeah, I'm actually debating if I want to run in 2020.
Yeah.
Apple cart turned over. Then all of a sudden the shit will hit the fan.
Yeah.
And it will be just this. It will just be this mob scene, but it will be a rating getter.
But I think if
And
he
Trump
loses,
still wants to get ratings.
if he loses, he'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to
Oh,
run
yeah.
anyway. It's just, and he'll win. Yeah.
You tell him you win even
Yeah.
when you lost.
Right.
It's the whole.
Oh no, he's mastered the marketing. He's the master of marketing. He's done it. People, you know, act like I don't know. I don't know what people think. I don't know what people think anymore. I think it's woke enough people up about politics to the point where they just don't know anymore.
No,
No one knows.
no.
So you either now have the ability to go back and go, wait, let's study this. Is this right? Is this wrong? Is it? Let's look at the papers. Let's look at the documents and who is. None of you fuckers are fit to run this shit. If I read the book, you know what I'm saying. If you read the laws of being president and all this other shit,
So all y'all got
none
some.
of you
All y'all have done some shit that.
bullshit. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny, but Trump 2020 is coming, and I don't see anyone.
I think this administration is going to be like, it's going to be like that cornerstone
Yeah.
that we turn, and I think we're going to make a decision as to what we think a president should be. Should
Yeah.
a president be this example of the best of what we can be? Is it going to be like this person who's extremely educated and who you know, almost no temper and
Right.
always does
Shining
the,
example
always
of
does the
America.
right thing
Right.
and is a highly moralistic
Captain America.
person,
Right.
or is it just a fucking
CEO.
face you put out that just goes out and just says we're great at everything we do, you don't like to get the fuck out?
Right.
You know, is it like a celebrity? Like we can have The Rock be the president and we'll bring him out at baseball games and shit, and then the serious people will run shit and
Right,
make
this is true.
decisions. Or this will be the guy that we just put, kind of like almost like the Queen.
But yes, so that's what I'm getting at. I'm saying that if this is the guy, you just want him as the face. Now is the perfect time to go back and look at the books and say, okay, we'll handle all this shit.
We'll do all
the work. You just go fucking make speeches.
You just
and
go
talk,
make speeches,
read the teleprompter,
on holidays, and
yeah,
you know,
and do the baseball games.
just
But let us do the real shit, and you really don't have a say on,
Yeah.
what diplomacy and all this other stuff. It's the Congress, it's this and that. So why have this one guy debate on, I think we should get rid of guns, or
Right.
not get rid of guns, or have more guns, or
Right.
whatever. It's not his job, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, his job is to, the schmucks in Congress are saying we need to do this. Now people will start to look and go, well, who are these fucking Congress? 430,
435.
435. And people can't name 5.
No.
You ask people, you don't even know who your own congressman is, let alone, blaming people for potholes and shit.
Right.
So this is the time to really, if you are gonna figure anything about this government, you should be looking at the localized part of
The
it.
local, what controls your
Yeah.
neighborhood,
Your
what controls
controller,
your districts.
yeah. No, it's very true. So
You control that, and then hopefully that'll expand itself out.
yeah,
Indeed.
what else is going on? Ozzy Fest this week.
Didn't they cancel it?
Because of the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They canceled it because of the
Postponed.
heat. Now, what does that make us?
What?
Are we a bunch of wusses?
Pussies.
That just,
Total. Pussies.
because 69, as we talked about 50 years ago, Woodstock
Yeah.
was took place
Yeah.
in 69. Now, it wasn't the best weather conditions there,
Yeah.
and they didn't cancel it. Now, I don't know if it was like, if this heat was just so oppressive that, you were worried about a bunch of other stuff, or did we just puss out?
Well, you make a good point here. And 50 years ago, the health crisis was not. We weren't eating fucking potato chips and all this shit. Like
True.
we were eating hamburgers and fucking shitty diets and all this other stuff. And you could probably sustain a little bit of weather.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're so frankenfood.
Mm.
You see people. I'm gonna die if I don't eat. Like, people just have this. You're craving sugars and and starches, and it's amazing how that we're all doped up on the Franken drug, the foods.
The foods, the prescription drugs.
Yeah,
And,
and so everyone's got these people, let alone a cooling station or fucking, they have to fucking piss and shit all the time. So it's not fun. I mean, they had a concert, they had a jazz festival in the park here.
and Roy Wilkins Park.
Roy Wilkins, they canceled that.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was thinking about going to do that.
No, they canceled it. And today is Springfield Park. And you got Mr. Cheeks performing.
Mr. Cheeks in Springfield Park, yes.
Springfield Park today. So
Are they
should be-
canceling that?
No, it's going to be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, so it should be cool
so
down.
it's later by dusk.
Yeah.
Because it's hotter today than it was yesterday.
Is it?
It's supposed to be.
Oh.
It's supposed to be over 100 today.
Oh, my God. It was over 100 yesterday. It was
And humid and just.
humid. No, it was in the
And that's
fucking-
another. That's the humidity. When it feels like you are like cutting through air.
Yeah.
To like get through shit. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Just.
So, I'm walking, but this air won't move.
Yeah, exactly.
Air ain't moving.
It's like, oh, woo.
True. But stay cool, people. I went into supermarket and felt I could have stayed there all day.
Just walk real slow. Just.
Cart. Had my fucking phone on, watching Netflix on my fucking cart, walking around the supermarket, my slippers. I was like, man, I ain't going nowhere. I'm about to pull up a sofa in this
Real
motherfucker.
slow.
But
So that's
that
the-
shit felt great.
My wife says she might take Miles to the mall and just
Yeah,
walk around the
This
mall.
is the
and
place.
just-
Go to the movies, something where it's
It's
nice
just-
and nice and cool.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Yeah, man. If you got, and also this is, I guess if you want to say this is a public service announcement. Like if you know some like older people that live in your neighborhood, knock on their door.
yeah.
Because unfortunately, I mean maybe not neighborhoods like this, but unfortunately there are some neighborhoods in which people don't. Everybody doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
And especially like if you're in the 5 boroughs and you live in those apartment
Yeah.
buildings, some of those apartment buildings can get a little brutal.
Oh, the projects,
some shit.
you get walls
So,
sweating and
If you know some older people
Sure.
or whatnot, knock on the door and check on them and
yeah,
be
you
nice.
Yeah, be nice.
Be a nice neighbor.
Be a nice neighbor.
Don't leave your fucking pets in the goddamn car. Don't leave your kids in the car. It's amazing how people still do shit like this.
I guarantee you, we'll see one on the news this weekend.
Somebody, I think 2 days ago,
Left kids in the car?
Left. They had cats. Left kittens in their car,
Fried.
and from
Dead.
like 12 to like 7.
Oh yeah.
Then they're
that's-
dead.
it's dead.
And so and
Fucking
yes,
kids
and,
in the
and
back
somebody's
banging on the
gonna
window
leave-
like Jacob's ladder. Like
yeah, like come on, man, just like and at the same time, let's not get carried away when we see. I saw something where, this woman called the cops on this mother because she left her kids in the car.
Oh, okay.
Right? Called the cops. Cops came. They're arguing. Blah, blah, blah. She left her kids in the car and she went in there to go shopping. Apparently, the woman, she put her child in the car.
Yeah.
Right? Took a piece of trash from her car.
Walked over.
Walked to the front of the store, which is about the distance from like this wall to like the other end of that wall.
Yeah.
Put her trash in. When she walked back, some woman's on the phone with the cops. And so you're talking about
8 seconds.
15 seconds,
Yeah,
you know?
15 seconds.
Something like that.
That's horrible. No, some people can overreact to situations.
Like Barbecue Betty
Yeah.
did shit just...
Well, there's another one of those that just happened with the kid. Kids were mowing the lawn. Neighborhood kids. I think it was somewhere down south of Georgia or somewhere. And the kids were sweeping up, cleaning, and mowing the lawn. And the kid...
Their lawn or...
Their own.
Okay.
And he went all the way down, and then he went to her side of the property, and he mowed, and he cut the grass.
Okay.
She called the cops. Called the cops and said, he cut my grass. And the guy said, you should thank him.
Yes.
You should fucking thank him. Your shit looks raggedy. The fucking kid did a
Kid
good
did
job.
you a favor.
9 years old. The kid was 9 years old. He fucking mowed the... What are you... But he has no right to come on my property and cut my grass, and I want to file charges. Like, some people are just evil.
Yeah.
Some people are just evil for no reason, and
look for just like miserable, and just look for every opportunity
To
to
engage.
wonder, why aren't you as miserable as I am?
right, because
That's a shame.
that's a shame, because that means you have no happiness. No, you're not happy unless you're, engaging
Wouldn't
with
that make
someone.
you smile? Like to see somebody cutting your grass?
I'll be like, wow, it's great.
Wouldn't
I give
that
him a few bucks.
You know?
I'd give him a few bucks. I say, hey,
A glass of water, something.
The fact that you don't have a relationship with this neighbor
Who would cut your grass?
is right. The fact that you're afraid of him so much that he lives next door to you, and you call the cop. You're looking for one tiptoe. You cross that line, motherfucker. I'm calling the cops.
Should probably call the cops as soon as that mower hit
As soon as the mower.
hit
And
the
I got
ball.
proof. He was here.
He was here.
And the kid said, the mower kind of went a little further.
Yeah.
And he made the turn, and he just caught a little of her. It wasn't even a lot. And he decided to mow the whole thing and clean
make
it
it look
up.
good. Clean it up.
He was clean it up. And it was amazing. I just like, and not even talking race, you know what I mean? It happened to be a racial. They made it racial. It's not a racial thing. This is people.
This is people. This is
just
a stupid people thing.
Stupid people thing.
This
you
is
know
a
what I'm
stupid
saying?
people thing. Yeah.
Yeah, if the race bothers you, come on, move the fucking Galapagos Islands or something.
Right.
Move somewhere. Move to Asgard or something. Well, Idris Elba's up there too. I mean, can't run. Can't run to get black eyes in
Man,
Asgard
Idris
too.
Elba.
You won't get fucking. Oh, speaking of such, they just named the new James Bond.
Is it Idris Elba?
It is a female.
Okay.
So females win again. It is but she's black. It is the black girl from Captain Marvel. The one that played her friend, played her
Okay.
the fighter pilot.
Okay. Okay.
It's her. She will be the new 007.
It's gonna be an assassin. Okay.
So the question is, how do you do the misogyny? How do you do the
Right.
How do you
because
do
that's what he was.
a sexual fucking, hey, I'll sleep with you
Right.
if you give me the plans to the evil maniacal
Exactly.
master.
Is she gonna up some ass?
Okay, so this is.
I'm curious to see that now.
I'm so curious to see how will you be? Will you be this? What they tried to do with Proud Mary?
Nah.
Tried to make that kind of like the female James Bond, black female James Bond-ish. Or will she just, bow out and say no, and leave the guy with blue balls?
That's even worse than her being a whore.
Right.
That's-
But Sean Connery and fucking Roger, these guys were whores. These guys were
Yes.
fucking sleep for their country. They would do all this stuff for their
Absolutely.
on the names of I do it for my country.
we forget that like James Bond is an assassin.
Right.
He's a hired assassin.
License to kill.
So
He has a
it's-
license to kill.
So he's not a good person.
Right.
He's not a, we've like exalted him. For a while I was a big James Bond thing. When Pierce Brosnan did his couple James Bond things, I was like, yes, it
Which you
just
like
made
best?
sense.
Which was your best?
I loved it when Pierce Brosnan did
Really?
it. I think I was a Roger Moore guy before that.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was okay.
Yeah,
I
like
could
Daniel Craig.
I could do Daniel Craig.
I like Sean Connery, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the older ones because I like the 70-ish look, like the
Yeah.
those old, I like that look of it.
Plus, I think at that time you could get away with other shit.
Yeah.
You could everybody didn't, like now, the technology is like at a point where everybody's got a phone and you really can't hide from nobody. You know.
No.
In the 70s, you could see somebody coming in somewhere at night,
Right.
setting up camp somewhere, and then starting from shit. Now, everybody looks at you, just find my phone. James Bond just showed up on the fucking shore. Make sure we go get him. James Bond or Jane Bond or whoever the fuck it is.
Right. Or whatever.
She's got tits.
James Bond. But you know what?
James Bond with a sex change.
Tranny?
Tranny Bond.
Tran Bond. Trans Bond. Oh no 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 no. License to kill. Fuck.
Trans Bond.
Caitlyn Jenner as Trans Bond. No 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 no. That's fucking hilarious. But even in like these horror movies and these the intruder type things, how big is your fucking house? How big are these people houses where they're running through fucking? I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a huge house. Takes a shitload to heat and cool this motherfucker. You can't run from here to there.
Ain't but so far you go.
They got back doors. They got back staircases. They got fucking. This goes to the garage. This gets you out and fucking guys. How big are these homes?
Where did you? Who built this shit?
Every fucking is in Santa Monica somewhere in the big Calabasas house, and you're in Kim Kardashian's mansion and shit, and someone chasing you around the house. I mean, like the movie would be over in 3 minutes. Like, hey, we see you. I see you hiding under the
you're
couch.
Right there.
Your ass is sticking up. We got you.
Come on out.
Yeah. But where's the fucking safe, buddy? Yeah, but those things kill me. But Trans Bond is coming. I like the villain. What was the guy? Jaws. Remember him?
Yeah.
Was he James Bond?
Yeah.
Was he Roger Moore's era?
I think
With
he
the teeth? Was he Sean Connery's?
I think it was a Roger Moore.
Yeah, I think he was a Roger Moore villain.
Yeah. I forget his guy's name. I remember him from Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
When he did his part in Happy Gilmore.
The Jaws guy.
Yes. Yeah. I can't remember his name.
And I was always waiting for him to see his teeth.
Exactly.
Boy, they got away with a good one with that. Put aluminum foil in the guy's mouth and just made him. And he shocked him with a lamp or something, I remember.
Something, yeah.
Wow. Love a good villain.
So Jane Bond. Will she be Jane Bond?
I don't know. I just know that it was I don't even know her name. I didn't think she was that significant in Captain Marvel. Only the fact that they said the backstory was that she's plays a bigger part in the Marvel sequence. That fighter pilot girl and the daughter is supposed to be some Robin or whatever, some shit.
Well, maybe props to her. I mean, she got a high profile gig.
Yeah, so. Man, and probably can do a few, like maybe do.
Yeah, well, you don't usually end up with just one. You usually get a couple. So, so hey, props to her. I would have liked to seen Idris Elba as Bond. I would have liked to have seen a black Jane. I think I would have loved to have seen somebody like a Denzel Washington as a James Bond.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean,
I think he could have pulled it off.
Well, you could see that very easily with him.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's still too old now.
Yeah, I think he's too old. That's what the Equalizer is.
I guess.
Equalizer is good for that.
Equalizer is a down home James Bond.
Yeah.
Kill everybody.
Yeah.
Gets everybody
for nothing.
Like,
no money. Like.
Did you see Equalizer 2?
Yes.
I didn't see Equalizer 2.
Oh, it's great. It's a great movie. It's actually better than 1.
Was it?
Yeah.
I know it has a purpose because that woman in the first part gets killed, so he's kind of like gets set off a little bit.
He's avenging her death.
Trying
to figure out why it happened.
I just remember the scene. I just remember the preview scene when he goes into the projects.
Yeah.
And gets his little buddy out.
Yeah.
This little buddy out.
Who
are you? I'm your father. Your mother just didn't tell you.
Yeah. He hits him with the fuck gun. Now I'm the fucking father, and then your mother just didn't tell you. Great guy, great fucking actor. We can't say much more about Denzel. Class act.
Denzel's the GOAT.
Oh man,
Denzel, tis the goat.
Denzel is the
Tis
GOAT.
the goat. Speaking of goats, did you see Nas's release? Released the
Lost Tapes.
the Lost Tapes,
Yeah.
which I thought was released before.
There's been several mixtapes.
There's been a
of it,
couple of
yeah.
them,
But this is a studio.
but this is a studio release. Okay,
pretty
okay.
fucking dope too.
I've heard a few tracks. It's
Pretty
nice.
dope, pretty nice. Got some cool ones. A lot of what I do like about it is it wasn't like really super remastered. So you could tell he was like referencing, rapping over like maybe over a beat and
Right.
just kind of rehearsing it and talking it through and not a full song. So I like how they kept
Yeah.
it. They kept it very raw, but it's nice. It's nice. Ron was playing it in the shop the other day. It's pretty dope, pretty badass. Add that to your music catalog.
Yes, I will add that to my music catalog. To my music catalog. The Savages. Did you see? That the Yankee manager, he's now getting a little famous now.
What's his name?
Aaron Boone.
Oh, okay.
So he got into an argument with an umpire, and he was mic'd, and he made this statement that's kind of like it's going to be on T-shirts. We should make a T-shirt
Okay.
for this, and the statement is "Savages in the box."
Ooh.
Okay, he was arguing balls and strikes. In baseball, you're not supposed to argue balls and strikes to get you automatically ejected and whatnot.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can't argue balls and strikes. So he argues balls and strikes with the guy. The umpire throws him out, and Aaron Boone comes up and argues, and he's mic'd. And so you hear him, and he says, listen, my guys are fucking savages in that box. They're fucking savages in that box, and you're ruining this goddamn game with these shitty fucking calls. Tighten this shit up. Next day, savages in the box.
Headline.
That's going to be attributed to the next of the day.
Alright,
We
I
are
gotta
savages in the box.
I gotta make that shirt then. Savages in the box. So he's referring to his own players.
Yes.
Oh, saying that we're badass. We can play this game.
Right, we're badass playing
you're
in this
stopping
game,
the call.
and you're taking it from us by making these bullshit calls.
Okay. Now I get it. I understand the lingo. Now, that's pretty fucking. It's a good phrase. So we're badass, and you fucking stopping us
from being badass, by
badass.
making these fucking bullshit.
You just want
calls.
us to put gloves, kitty gloves on.
Right,
Oh.
right.
Huh? Savages in the box.
Fucking honest. I just love. I don't know, man. Just like something about a good. Something in. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Just something in sports is like there's the tension is like gone. In sports.
Yeah.
Like there's this like I don't know. I like seeing dudes get upset for some reason.
Yeah.
Like we've gone so far to the edge of you need to be a good sportsman and all that
fuck
stuff. Like we get upset. Like there's this pitcher. I can't remember who we played with, but he struck out. He got the Los Angeles Dodgers out.
Okay.
And then it was from Philly.
Okay.
So emotional, and then he, they're under a lot of pressure, and you see.
Tea's already done. We're late. Savages in the box. There you go. They already fucking wrote over it.
So he gets him out. Game's over, and he's pumped, and and he looks over to the opposing dugout and he goes, "Fuck all y'all, and whatnot." And then the guys are just standing there and they're upset, and they're like, "Yeah, you really shouldn't be like, what? Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
when did we, as sports fans,
Right.
become such pussies?
That's the thing. Like in basketball, where guys are fucking hanging out with each other and
everybody's homies.
Yeah, everybody's slapping five.
What
before
happened
the
to
game.
you, like not liking that dude?
that guy.
Can you just like not like that dude for a few hours?
Right. Makes the game more interesting. Make some game.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I never understood this love affair that everybody had with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's the reason why the Knicks don't have fucking more championships.
This is true.
I hate that fucker.
Yeah, I hate him. Yeah,
I hate him.
Right.
I've never bought a pair of Nikes in my life. My kids bought me Nikes for my birthday one
Right,
year.
right.
But I've never bought a... Fuck that. I'm not giving Michael Jordan no money.
Jordans, not Nikes. Nikes, he doesn't know of all the Nikes. He's just Jordan.
Yeah, I don't want to take a chance on him getting residual fucking money. Fuck all that. This it's Nike's fault too.
Wow. Okay. Good.
I don't fuck Michael Jordan. Fuck the greatest player in the game, because when I started liking basketball, the Knicks had a chance to win championships, and it's because of Michael Jordan. And yes, I will say that's because of Michael Jordan. The Knicks didn't win their goddamn championships.
True.
Michael Jordan and Charles Smith has his own shit to do with it.
Demons
Little
too.
fucking fucker. You're right under the god. You're 6'10". You're 6'10", 260. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that guy. They said they've never lived that down. Like the people,
That's a hard one to live down.
they throw rocks at him and shit.
You can't. Gotta pay.
Dunk the fucking ball.
Gotta
man.
pay double at the restaurant.
Yeah, this guy.
Say, you sure this bill is right? Say, yes, the bill is right. $300 for a sandwich.
Yeah. He put on fake mustaches and fucking Walmart and shit walking around. Guys, if you're not marketing this shit, this is the way you market. You take fucking Charles Smith with a fake mustache and have people throw shit at him and sell Cricket Wireless. I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, it will sell because they were like, hey, I was gonna dunk it.
Fuck you. 6'10" for nothing.
Big for
It's
nothing.
nothing. I could have got my shot blocked. God damn it.
Right. You gotta dunk that shit. Oh man, good times, good times, good times. All right, I think we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Starting to heat up a little bit.
It is starting to heat up a little bit. You know, it's kind of fucked up when like even inside,
Yeah.
it like reminds you, you know how hot it is outside.
I know, it's fucked up. And I got the AC on, but there's no vents in here.
Yeah, but they ain't put so much.
But if
into
I
it
turn
with AC.
the compressor is outside here, so if I open that thing, it's
You could. Okay, I got you.
Hail Mary in here.
I got you.
All right, party people, we're gonna get out of here. Two Bros Podcast, episode 70.
Dot.
70 dot. Have a blessed week, but more important, be a blessing to someone else.
Well, fuck them.
That could work. Peace.
Base.